Hello, hello. This is Miss Perez with your instructions on today's Roars activity. Last week we made vocabulary flip books, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago. I can't quite remember. With Greek and Latin roots and prefixes and suffixes in it, and today we're going to practice using those with some doodle notes. So you should have a packet in front of you. If you don't, teachers pause the video and pass out the packets now. Write your name somewhere on the front of this packet, maybe in this white space here, 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 here. I don't care. Just make sure that your name is there. I'm going to go over the instructions, and then you guys will have the rest of the hour to work on the doodle notes. If you get all 3 done, then that's a 4 for my class. Okay, so this is worth credit. You're going to turn this into your Roars teacher when you're done, and I will put them in the grade book. Okay, so let's go over why you're doing this. Why Greek and Latin roots? It says almost 70% of the English language is derived from Latin and Greek languages. When we teach students these building blocks, they can recognize and decode unfamiliar words that are related to a known root. It is also increasingly important to explicitly teach students the meanings of Greek and Latin roots as they encounter the very technical vocabulary found in science and other content areas. So I think that's incredible. Almost 70% of our language is attached to these Latin and Greek roots. So if you know the Greek roots, whenever you find a word in a book or in an article that you don't know, and if they have any of these roots, you can kind of guess as to what the word means. Also, knowing these Greek and Latin roots will help you in science and other classes like that. Okay, why doodle notes? Doodle notes present your students with a meaningful and engaging activity that they'll love. Doodle note-taking activates verbal and visual modalities to capture concepts. The whole brain is absorbed in hearing, synthesizing, and retaining ideas. This high level of engagement not only helps with retention of the content, but also leaves little room for distraction. So, there's a lot of teacher language here. Basically what they're saying is that it combines your verbal and visual learning styles because you're going to doodle on these notes and you're going to practice saying them. And also when you add color and images to a note sheet, it helps you remember the content better. So doodle notes, that's the whole point, is to add as much color and images as you can so that those colors and images are attached to the roots in your brain. And when you think of an individual root, you'll think of that color and it'll help you remember what it is. Okay, so the back of the first page of your packet has the instructions on here, and I'm just going to go over them with you. So each page comes with a list of related words. Students can choose 3 words from the list to use on their doodle notes page. So on the back side of each doodle note page, there's all these little bookmarks that have lists of words, and they look like this. Here on the border of the page, you want to write related words, okay? So if the root is sickle, then you would write cycle, cyclical, cyclone, cyclops, encyclopedia, motorcycle, any words that have that Greek root in it. You're going to write around the border of your page. The section labeled meaning, here we go, can be used in 2 ways. Students can either write the definition here, or they can use the word in context. Using the word in context is typically more effective for understanding meaning as opposed to simply writing a definition. So you would write one of the words in this tiny little box here, like cyclone. You would draw it, and then you would either define it or use that word in a sentence. According to them, using the word in a sentence is more effective for your memory, okay? Let's see, scroll down a little bit. Then you pick another word from your word list or your vocabulary flip book, doodle it, define, or use it in a sentence. You will do 3 different words here, and then at the bottom of each page it says the bottom portion of each page includes a multidisciplinary fun fact that relates to the root. These fun facts make cross-curricular connections to trivia, math, science, history, or art. Each one of these factoids is written specifically for the focus root of each page. They are not only high interest, great for student engagement, but they also help students understand and retain the meaning of each root. So at this point, we just kind of want you to read the fun fact and enjoy it because it's so fun. Then you would move on to your next one. So the first one in your guys' packet is bio. You would do the doodle page for bio. The more color and better doodles that you do, the better it'll stick in your memory, okay? So remember to write the words around the border, fill the whole page with color, and so on. Then you would move on to crayon. then graph and gram. Okay? So you have 3 doodle pages to complete. If you do all 3, that's a 4, and so on and so forth. If you have any questions, just ask your teacher, and use as much color as you can. Don't forget to put your name on the front of the packet somewhere and to turn it in at the end. Thank you.